Okay, this mask is for the pocket, rectangular ones with a pocket and a wire at the nose to adjust around the nose. So I have this fabric that's cut into 9.5 by 15. Actually it's 15.25 in this right now, but it's supposed to be 15. We'll adjust it later and cut it out if needed. Then you need the pipe cleaners. One pipe cleaner is enough, approximately 6 inch. So I have cut it in half, the whole pipe, the length of the pipe cleaner cut in half. Also you need rough swashes of fabric to wrap around. What I have done is twisted it a bit inside like this, rounded it. You cannot see it clearly. Let me see if I can show you. Like this. And then folded this in half. And it doesn't have to be exactly this size. This must be 1 inch by 1.5. Whatever leftover fabrics I have, I just use that. Take it like this. And then fold it in half and put a stitch here. Okay, let me do it again. So if it's double folded, it wraps really well, and make sure that the metal doesn't poke out of the fabric. Fold it over and side and stitch here, so you get it like this. And this extra fabric, do not cut it, because this is what is going to hold it to this folded fabric and not let the pipe cleaner move. I sometimes lose words. You also need long bias tape. I have cut this out of my bedspread cotton one and made a bias tape out of it. This is 1.5 inch by as long you can get it. And you iron it in half and then again iron this down like this, and you get your 3/4 inch or half inch. Is it half? I don't know. Almost half an inch tape. I have one more tape here. Yeah, this shows it better maybe. So it's been folded in half, and then I know many of you know how to make bias tape. In case if anybody needs guidance, I thought I should show. Apart from this, all we need is thread and the machine and some patience, which I don't have. I'm sorry. I try. So you fold this in half, maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch here, so that when you have these openings, it doesn't fray. You can do zigzag or straight stitch. I think the video showed zigzag. I don't have patience to change the settings, so I just do straight. You will hear a lot of noise in this video. I apologize for that. Always make sure to have a back and forth stitch at both the edges, so that these threads won't come off later when you cut at the tip of it. Do the same thing this side. then reverse it. This is the right side and wrong side, so put both the right side together. Do not stitch it yet. Now you mark it to the area that you need to stitch. In the video that was shared, it asked for 1.5 inch. I felt 1.5 was too less of a stitching and too much of opening. And anyway, I have widened the fabric too. That was 8 inch. This is 9.5 inch, so it can cover even better. So I'm marking it for 2 inches. Same here. And this is where you might need pins to just put the fabric, hold the fabric together for longer time. It doesn't have to be where you need to stitch, it just to have that right alignment. And same thing again, do a back and forth stitch at the edge. My thread came off. And stop where you marked, turn it around, stitch back. Some people can just press the U or back stitch and go backwards. I can't. I sometimes mess it up. It doesn't go straight for me, so I prefer to just turn the fabric around. Now with all the sides done and this pocket is ready, turn it around inside out now. Now this is the most trickiest part. I prefer to iron it because sometimes I don't get the right location if I don't iron, but today we are not trying that. I mean, not for the video. In the video that was shared, they asked to put a stitch which goes like this here, like till here, like press this against the left side, stitch it all the way down. I felt that was tedious to do, especially having this narrow space to stitch. So I'm skipping that step, and that's what I did for all my masks that I made so far. Make sure your opening flap is coming more than ½ inch down on the side instead of having it at the tip like this. Have it ½ inch down. It doesn't have to be exactly ½ inch or more than ½ inch. It's just approximately just that the opening stays inside and not in the front. If you want exact, it is ½ inch right now. And make sure you iron this so you get a nice exact crease here. I'm not doing that right now. Again, we pin this area so this fabric doesn't move. Next step in the video that was shown, they had asked to stitch around this area like this. I felt it was a waste of time and energy, I just skipped directly to inserting the pipe cleaner. Now I showed you how to do the casing for the pipe cleaner so it doesn't poke. You just use that and insert it here. If you want, you can mark the center and then mark or eyeball your wire and keep it inserted inside, or like I did, just eyeball it roughly. I eyeballed it because this is 9.5 inches. So let's see, even if it's 9, 2 inches stitched, 2 plus 2, 4. So that's 5 inches. So my pipe cleaner should be sitting at the edge of the openings. And if you see, that's where it's sitting. And just push it inside as much as possible. Run a stitch here. So when you do that, the fabric that was holding the pipe cleaner out will be also getting stitched when you're doing that stitch. So this is where your pipe cleaner is, and if you see, it's hidden inside. Now your pocket area is on the inside. Turn it around. This is your front. This is not going to be a mask for anybody. This is just for trial. I had only one fabric that was left, that was light color, so I had to just use it to show. Now pleats, I think you might know, but otherwise how I do it is I use my finger to eyeball just maybe 1 inch from the tip, and then pinch it and fold it. You can use an iron to iron this, or you can use a clip. I do none. Sometimes I use pin to keep it in place. Next pleat. I'm video recording, Anjali.
Okay, but in 16 minutes the timer's gonna ring, so your food is ready.
Okay, thank you. It's my daughter. She promised to make lunch and dinner today, so I can work on all this mask. Same with my son. He did the same yesterday. He made dinner, so I could work on the mask and some of the other commitments that I had for this week. So thanks to my family, who has been very supportive of what I am trying to do. And then the third pleat. I'm just going to use one here so I don't have to get poked again. Just to hold your pleats together. And then you put a stitch here. Make sure it's at least half an inch away from the edge. Okay, I'm just going to use yellow for now on the other side so we can continue with the video. Yes, I'm running out of thread too. I have to go get online and order some more threads and fabric both, which I'm not good at. I'm not good at online shopping. Same on the other side. Make sure you cut all those fraying edges so that it doesn't come in your way when you're doing the final. That's all. This is your basic mask with a pleat and with your wire ready and a pocket. Now either you can finish this with bias tape only till here and put an elastic around, or your t-shirt cords around and stitch the edges, or you can use the full-fledged bias tape that we have. Now this is 30 inches, 30, yes, yeah, 29, so it should be 30 to put it here and run it through all the way. I'm 1 inch short in this fabric, and stitch this. I can show you one side right now so I can go find another fabric later. Just imagine this is 30 inches, now it's 29 though. Take the center length, mark it. You can eyeball it too, but some things make sense to just mark it. Now in this to center of this mask, you keep that marked line against it. Use a pin to keep it intact in one place. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to stitch on this ironed line only from the edge where the mask is attached, or there to this edge, and make sure you seal the stitching by going back and forth. Hi Aniket, I'm video recording here.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I just wanted to let you know. And then you just fold it over, turn it around, and have this finished edge here. Again, you can use a safety pin to hold it together, or not, or head pin. What I do here is at the edge I fold it in so that I don't have any fraying of this nada or the bias tape, and then stitch. do the same on this edge too. And that's all. Your one side of the nada is done, and this is the other side that you need to stitch now. And then you can use this way. Yes. So here's the pocket, here's the nose adjustment, and it goes on the face however you like it.